question that I get asked often, Shilpa, how do I figure out my passion? Well, in this video, I'll take you through few simple steps that you can figure it out for yourselves. 1. If money was not a concern, let's say there are $1 million sitting in your bank account, what is it that you would love to do? What is it that you would enjoy spending your time on? Now, don't tell me that your answer is charity or retirement or travel, because honestly, that's not what we humans are meant to do. We're not just meant to sit back and relax. If you travel and travel and travel, you'll get sick and tired of it. So that's not the answer. Keep all those fascinations away. What is the real problem that you can resolve for people based on your experience? Number 2, have you resolved that problem for yourself? I see a lot of people who go through a few challenges, and while they're still in that challenge, they try to advise or to help other people. If you have not gone through the pain of how it feels and the pleasure of stepping out of it, what it opened up for you as an individual, you cannot really help people. You cannot. You have to fill your cup first, because you just simply cannot pour from a hollow cup. So be mindful of that. Number 3, do you see yourself doing it for the next 10 years? Now, you don't have to, practically you don't have to stick to it for the next 10 years. But while you're making a choice, while you are actually figuring out a direction, I want you to understand how it feels if you wake up to it every single day. Will you get bored, or do you really see yourself doing it day in and day out? Number 4, do you see people paying you for it? It should come out of something that we enjoy, but if you don't see people paying you for it, it is not going to work. It is not going to be bought, and you will not be able to sustain it. Number 5, start dating it. A lot of people have this misconception that once you figure out a direction, that's it. Well, it's not that simple. You have to date a few things to figure out whether you accept it or you reject that idea. Coming from my journey, when I started as a coach, the first thing I thought was, I can coach teenagers. And I'll tell you from where it was coming, from my own experience of raising up my daughters, because people always complimented me for my parenting style, for the environment at home, for how my girls were growing up. They were experimental, they were open-minded, they were responsible, and I really felt successful as a mom. Had never any teenage dramas at home. So I thought, if I can do it for my kids, let me do it for other teenagers, because it is going to help the parents. Now, coming from that idea, I went for a one-day event for the children. I gathered all the children from my friends' children, neighbors' children, few people who registered for that event. And by the evening, I was fully exhausted. And I knew this is not what I wanted to do. And then I thought I will do some life coaching, because I had a good hang of it. Didn't like the idea. And finally, after dating a couple of things, I realized that murdering mediocrity in the careers of people was my thing. You will have to do the same. You'll have to test out the ideas. You'll have to go through those emotions and the feelings to see whether you really enjoy it or not. If the idea exhausts you, it's not your thing. But if it accelerates you, if it energizes you, yes, that is what you want to do. Number 6, build a business model around it. Unless you're making money from your passion, it's not enough to just get started with it. You have to literally make a lot of money out of it because of the impact that you're creating. Now, money cannot be your objective. The objective is always impact, resolving problems for others. But if in the process, as a byproduct of it, if you're not making money, your idea is going to die out. It will collapse. This is what happens to most businesses of passion, right? And me having gone through that in my own life, there was a point where I became broke, literally broke, had no money, and then building it up from the scratch. I know making money is not difficult, but you have to get the right business model in place. You have to get the help. You have to involve coaches based on your need. at what stage you are in. If you implement these 6 steps properly, practically, and with all your heart and soul, you will prosper from your passion. Hope that helps and gives you an opening into your passionate living.